be your love. Make me smile, don't make me alone.
Wow. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Wherever here, I hope that you are all doing well. As you can see, I feel 98% better, which means today is the day that I am finally going to listen to Yesung's 6th mini album, It's Complicated. If you were to have a look at the description below, you will see what I am watching and in the order that I will be watching it. I am excited. If you've not joined me for one of these listenings previously, then what I usually do is listen to the highlight medley, but in this case, they are individual clips, and yes, I want to listen to them. What I'm not going to include in this is It's Complicated, the music video. I'm not even going to listen to the song because we've heard it, and if I can do anything to avoid this getting blocked, then I'm going to do it. But I'm going to listen to the other songs. So if you're having a look at that description, you will see I am watching the highlight clips. Then I'm going to move over to the special performance video. Exciting. Why that song? Is that the song that he would have picked as the title track that's actually his favourite, I wonder? And then we're going to move over to lyric videos. I know they're not wholly reliable, however, I do also have a browser right up here that will take me to X, to fan translations, to Google if I need it, and also what I've got up on the side right here is information about who contributed to this album, the writers, the composers, etc. And I'm really looking forward to finally being able to listen to this. Would you look at this gorgeous man on our screen right here? Look at him. This might be, of late, one of my most favourite pictures of him because I adore this hair. It really reminds me of, I don't even really know what year it was, but for a while he kind of looked like this. And he just looks stunning, and I love the velvet. I love the checkerboard tablecloth right there as well. And he photographs so incredibly well. This is the fun thing about Yesung, that you're not just listening to music, you're taking into account everything, the album artwork, the music video, everything, and that is what I really love. Let's experience this album together, please. So I'm starting off by taking a look at this. I know, I'm sorry, it's on Reddit. However, this is a copy and paste of the actual credits on this. I don't use Spotify anymore, so usually I would just go to Spotify and then get all of this information, but I'm not able to do that, so this is why I'm having to rely on this, but I know that this is reliable. I have double checked it as well. So I'm quickly having a look at this. Obviously, we know that It's Complicated is the title track of this album, and I can see right here, I don't think I've come across Full Bloom as a writer before, so this might be my introduction. And actually, skimming through all of this, I can't really say that I have heard of many of these people before. What I'm finding interesting already is that obviously composed by, there are a lot of English names in there, and that obviously means that the songs have come from far and wide, which is very interesting. And yeah, those demos made their way to Ye, and then the lyrics were adapted to suit him, his voice, his personality, and then it became magical once he put his voice to it, basically. So There She Goes Again is the B-side, I'm guessing, which is why we've got a special video for it. And I don't think... No, it doesn't really look like we've even got a repeat of anybody in lyrics department. We don't really have a repeat in the composition department either. So every single song potentially could be an A-side because it's completely fresh. I do wonder how all of these are going to weave together into one album. But I'm very excited about this now. And then we go to Easy, we go to Beautiful Paradox, and Curtain. Now, obviously, I heard It's Complicated separately, and I loved it. But based on the names, can I predict that Beautiful Paradox is going to be my favourite? I don't know why I'm predicting that. I don't know what about that title makes me think it's going to be my favourite. But there you go. Let's see if I'm right. So let's move over to the clips, the highlight clips, and see what I can kind of figure out. Oh gosh, that is really nice, and that is an absolute tease. Like, what am I even supposed to take away from that? Apart from that's a really easy listen. Very calming, so relaxing, and I wasn't expecting for there to be fresh visuals to go along with each clip. I'm guessing that's going to be the case for the others too. That's quite nice, but yeah, instantly makes me feel super relaxed. It's one of those whispered songs, super breathy from him as well. Love it so far. I'm such a sucker for him singing in English. I think I'm absolutely bang on right about this being my most favourite song on the album. I love that. Can we just listen to that again? I know I'm about to listen to the whole song, but please, just look at him. That hit the right spot. I really, really love that. Oh, well, that's really dreamy. I really like that, and I'm already, although I'm saying Beautiful Paradox will be my most favourite song on the album, I'm really glad that this is the one that's got the special video coming up, because he sounds so dreamy, he sounds romantic, it perhaps even sounds like a wedding song, and I'm really excited to listen to that one. Am I ready, though? Am I actually ready? I don't know. I don't even really want to press play on this one, because look at him. He just looks so stunning. So freaking stunning. Can I just not press play on this one?
Make it loud, make me feel love. Make it smile, don't make me alone.
I am so wrong. Beautiful Paradox is not my most favourite song on this album. It's absolutely going to be Curtain. What in the breathy, husky falsetto-ness was that, yay?
Make it loud, make me feel love. Make it smile, don't make me alone.
Is this for real?
네 목소리를 들려줘. Make it loud, make me feel love. Make it smile, don't make me alone.
The thing is that at the end of this, I'm going to be like a big liquid on the floor. You're going to have to come and mop me up because I will not be human anymore. Like, that is for real. Oh my gosh, that is utterly dreamy. And I honestly don't even want that song to have a build because I just want to listen to him in all of his breathy goodness. That was sensational, is what that was. Absolutely bloody sensational. Oh. Whoa. I like that beat. What? This is like ASMR. What do you want me to focus on? That absolutely insane voice, the sound that is so dreaminess, or your face. Like, you can't do this to us. This is really, really dangerous. I'm liking this, like, behind the scenes and, like, all the different clips put together. I'm really liking that feel because it just feels really natural. And although he is quite clearly referring to a she, but I feel like a lot of us are singing this for him whilst admiring him looking like this. Sorry. Look at him. Oh, wow. I honestly think I've just fallen back in love with Yesung. It's not like I was out of love with him, but you know, you just go about your daily life and it's not constant because he's not a real person in my life, but I think I just fell in love with him all over again. Oh my goodness. I love this hair. Grow it out, plait it. I love that twang. So soothing. Look at that chin, look at that neck, look at that nose. I am so happy. So happy. If you ask me, for years and years, I feel like Yesung was semi-wasted. I think that if somebody truly understood all of his strengths and his selling points, I think that he's really popular. He's big, okay? He wouldn't still be around today if he were not. However, he could have been bigger if people knew what to do with him. And I think for some people, this amount of talent and this voice would frighten them, and then they would end up giving him the same old sad ballads. Now for Yesung, for those of us that know his personality, we just know that you'd all want to have a man like him in your life. You'd want to fall in love with someone like that, and he definitely wants to be that caregiver, that kind of like person that goes out of their way to let you know that you are loved and valued. And this song is just so perfect. He is really getting better and better. I mean, if SM ever let him out of that dungeon, I honestly just wonder why he stays with the company. Like, I get it to a certain extent because they are the ones that gave him the platform in the first place. And also, even though it's not the best of situations, he's managed to be so incredibly successful despite those things. But if he were just to go indie, for instance, I think he'd be able to give us even more. And I know that this song is not written and composed by him. However, he knows what he matches and he knows what works for him. So I think that that's almost the same thing, right? Him sourcing out a song in a feel that is just him so perfectly. And I absolutely love that so much. That was really, really special. And there I was thinking that the last album that we listened to was it. But he continues to develop. Like, I mean, come on. You just do not get any better than this. Like, you can put your absolute 1,000,000,000% faith and trust in Yesung that he's going to give you something fresh and he's going to continue to develop year on year. And this was so incredibly special. Now I'm thinking whether it was the right idea, whether the A side was the right idea, or like, I don't know. I quite like how different the two songs are from one another. It's Complicated is dreamy. It's big. But I don't know. I'm really, really stuck. Before we move on from this, though, can I please listen to that part again? It was somewhere here, after the white shirt scene. Oh, it's just magical. We all know his capabilities because we've heard so many of his songs. We've watched him sing live, we've watched him behind the scenes, etc. But because we know him, we also imagine in our own minds what it might sound like if Yesung were to sing a song like this or that in that genre. And then when he finally finds something that really clicks, doesn't it just feel absolutely amazing? Like, whenever I talk to anybody about Yesung, I will make sure that I include some of his like romantic numbers or happy numbers because I really like the way that his voice sounds when he sings those sorts of songs. And I know that some of his like really popular songs are like those heartbreak ballads or like the real romantic stuff, but like the fun stuff, when he has that bounce in his voice, the things that it does for that huskiness and that depth is so, so nice. Like, I don't know, I can't really name you another person that has this sort of a mix of voice and then sings a song like this and then makes me feel like this. It's all a chain effect, isn't it? And I'm just really glad that this was included on the final album and that we've got a special video for it as well. I'm really, really grateful that this is the B-side. And I almost don't even want to move on. Like, I'm getting the feeling, you know what I said at the beginning, my prediction, that I feel like each and every song on this album could have been that A-side. I'm sticking by that. I think this is the song that he would have picked as his title track. Okay, the thread of complicated relationships runs all the way throughout. I'm really grateful that I watched the behind the scenes for the It's Complicated actress song recording, because what's running through my mind listening to all of this is the amount of detail that he's putting onto everything, the pronunciation of the English parts as well. And I can just imagine him in the studio being that detailed with each and every song, line, emotion. And isn't that exactly the reason why it translates so well to us when we listen to the full song? Like, it feels like an experience because so much of himself is poured into that recording. And no wonder why some of the songs he ends up hating, because he puts so much of himself in it that when he goes on to perform it live, it's quite taxing. So I completely get it, Ye, why you just don't like some of your own songs. You only have yourself to blame for being this good. really like that. There I was listening to the highlight clip thinking that it was going to be an easy listen, perhaps like a chill day. I don't know, like you're just chilling with your loved one or something like that. And it's really not. Like the subject matter is a little bit more difficult than that, but the sound of the song is super easy to listen to. And I quite like that. You know, when you hear like a real like heartbreak song, but in an up-tempo number, like I love when you mix things up like that. Makes it interesting to listen to.
너 없이 잘 지내던 일상으로 또다시 제자리를 되찾아가 뿐이라고.
Oh, I like the bit of positivity in his voice right there.
마지막에 걸은 그때 부질없이 다 깨져버린 밤이 쓰는 사랑도 뻔한 이별도 쉽지 않았다. 나만 빼고 다 easy. Yeah, it should be easy. It should be easy.
No way, I really love that. I'm going to stick with my prediction and think that this is the one that he would have liked to be the title track. And it makes me feel a little bit sad because I think for ages he was, I don't know, putting up with whatever SM were doing and just in that rut, you know, and then like he's finally been able to have creative control and then he's thinking of us so much. Like I almost just want him to do whatever he wants to do. Like I'm going to love and support him no matter what. And honestly, I do really love anything that he puts his voice to. Call that blinded by love or whatever, but that's the honest truth. I really just love his voice to death. And if he wants to have a chill song as his title track, then so be it. I mean, people that don't like it will deal with it because the rest of the album will have the variation in it. But I just want him to be happy. Is that too much to ask for? And also listening to these kind of like complicated songs, I just want him to have his happily ever after. Watching clips of Jongjin's wedding, I was just thinking, come on, Ye, settle down. I know it's not going to be simple like that for him to do, but I hope that secretly he does it then. Fine, don't share with us, but secretly find your happily ever after. This was really, really nice. Yeah, I can totally see why it belongs in this album. It talks about another aspect of a relationship and it goes with that, like, being complicated. And let's see where this album takes us now.
아프게 서로 상처낸 뒤 며칠째 전화도 받지 않는 너야 하나씩 지난 나를 돌아봐.
Is it actually possible that his voice has gotten deeper?
걸로 말야 괜한 자존심을 부리고 말았나봐 너보다 더 중요한 건 없는데.
Oh no, is it a toxic relationship?
이제 혼자 아무것도 못한 나야 고작 며칠인데 엉망이 된 모든 게 원래 사랑이란 게 소란하고 복잡해.
Come on, look how far he's come, not just in like choice of song, but the way that he's performing it. This is a man who's been in love, who's been in many a relationship, and you can hear that in his voice, that voice of experience.
Beautiful paradox, we call it love. 나로 지럽히고 망쳐도 You know I do it for you.
I feel like this is a very typical Yesung song. I mean that in a positive way. You did not. Oh wow.
우린 아마 같은 실수를 반복할 거야. 나는 네가 필요해 이런 날 용서해.
a live performance of this one. Oh. Wow. Nah, I am not over that bit whatsoever. That was absolutely gorgeous, and it reminded me of like various covers that he's sung over the years. I don't know, there was something a little like J-rock about it, which I really, really love. This live. Yes. Oof, a really nice, powerful end to that. I love it. You know, if Curtain wasn't about to come up and shake me to my core, which is my prediction, then for sure, this is my kind of a song. I just love everything. I just like the sort of pop rock sound to it. Like we get almost like the repetitiveness of the same sounds, the same melody coming over and over again, but then we get the break in music that allows us to really hear the depth of his voice. Then we get that gorgeous bridge before we get that final chorus, and just everything about it like suits his voice down to a T. And I love the message of the song as well, because yeah, I really hear it. I believe it, that he's singing it and that he's been through something like this. Absolutely belongs in this album. See, like I'm starting to think that any of these songs could have been the title track and it would have worked. So far, they all seem really on par. There's not a song here that I'm thinking, oh, I didn't really like that. I was thinking perhaps Easy was going to be a bit samey. Not that there's anything wrong with that when you've got a voice like Yesung. However, having just heard it, I really love it, and I wouldn't say that whatsoever. So yeah, I'm sticking by that. Any song could have been that A-side so far for me. I do still see why It's Complicated is the title track. I think that chorus, the power in that chorus really drives you on to listen to the rest of the album, perhaps. I really just don't want to move on from this. Can we go back and listen to that bridge again? Because it was so freaking gorgeous. Was it here? Maybe. I know to find it. Like, okay, maybe there. Oh my gosh, that was such a good guess. Do you know what? He really takes on feedback incredibly well. I remember a little while back, people were moaning because, so I think this might have been more casuals than actual Clouds or Elf. People were moaning that he was just too breathy. Like the song was just like over the top breathy. His diction was a bit muffled. And personally for me, I quite like it. I really enjoy that sort of a sound. Perhaps not like all the time, but it's Yesung. That's a part of his quality, and I will lap it up any day. But I feel like he's really giving us variety in everything. This is what I mean about him being in the studio and like detailing every single song until he is absolutely happy with it, because we have had the breathy goodness in the album, but we're also getting the clarity, we're getting the twang, we're getting the romance, we're getting different emotions in it, and the diction has been spectacular. Like it, for a lot of it, obviously I was looking at the English subtitles, but where we've had like repetitive lyrics, I have been looking up at the Korean subs, and I could hear so clearly him pronouncing everything. So I really feel like he's taken a lot on board, and this is what I mean. Like he works hard every single day, he grafts every single day, which is why he's still here. Otherwise you'd just get forgotten. It would be boring. Like people would be able to suss you out in a second if you weren't putting in the effort. Yesung is not that person. Once more, before I move on. I almost want it to be rocked up even more. And I actually really like how beautifully linked it is to the chorus. You don't get like the typical break. Really, really a very nice song. And let's see, is my number one so far, but let's see if Curtin drops it off. Let's go, yay. Oh. Why are we suddenly talking about the stage?
Maybe you ain't gonna ask me how he's going to end. 가라앉은 먼지 손에 붙은 까만 날들간의 동화 같은 엔딩 속에 짙은 자국만 번질까봐.
I'm getting very lost in this translation, I won't lie to you.
Make it loud, make me feel love. Make it smile, don't make me alone.
Wow.
내 꺼내줘 네 목소리를 들려줘. Make it loud, make me feel love. Make it smile, don't make me alone. 같은 사이로 느껴져.
Oh wait! Is this song slightly detached from the rest of the album? Obviously, this is also a relationship, isn't it? Him and his fans. But I feel like this is slightly different. That was a really interesting lyric right there. I can feel it through the curtains. Call me up a little louder. This is interesting. I'm really loving the acoustic sound of this. I'm loving everything that he is doing with his voice. To be quite honest with you, I really love it. Like, I love him in those big numbers and everything, but I really love it when I can just hear his voice, because it's more than enough. I want him to sing a song that doesn't even have music. Oh, we get a beat. And I really love that sense of positivity that like came into his voice. It was a little more lacking in that first verse, but there, that was really beautiful.
순간 얼어붙은 공기 눈을 맞춘 순간을 기억해. Let me to the climax. 우린 같은 꿈을 꿨던 거야. 빛을 잃은 무대 뒤 네가 없인 또 다시 작아져. 어둠 속에 난 힘이.
You will never get lost in the dark, eh?
Make me hear your voice. Smile, make me feel alone. 소리를 기억해. 계속 노래를 부를게.
Pinky promise, yay, that you'll never ever stop, because we're never going to go anywhere. That made me feel really emotional. I appreciate him for sharing perhaps some concerns that he has. You know, like this sort of fame, it doesn't last forever, and we know how hard he works. Almost to the point of like, it feels like he never takes a break. He's just always there, doing something, keeping up his appearance, and wow, interesting to hear that from him. And see, this is why I decided to do this listening like this, because I'm now going to go straight back to have a look. Okay, so this was composed by Koreans, so I can see the names right there. So this was lyrics and composition. I feel like this one was written specifically for Ye, because it's talking about a really specific relationship. Okay, that's super interesting. I wasn't expecting for it to be like that. I did think that it was just going to be about a different sort of a relationship, not ours, but I appreciate it. And good to know that he knows that we're there for him in that sort of a way, that if he ever doubts himself, if he ever has like low self-esteem, if he ever thinks that, oh, I should disappear, like, what is this, what am I still doing, that there will always be Elf and Clouds there to bring him back. He was born to be on this stage. If we go right back to my early days of falling in love with Yesung, like, it was destiny. It was fate. A voice like this can't go unheard, ever. Okay, and I'm just so grateful that however I did come across Yesung. And, you know, I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I don't think I'll ever get to see him perform in real life. Like, even if I were to travel to South Korea, I doubt I would be able to do it to time with his concert. Would I even be lucky enough to get tickets? All of this, like, runs through my mind. But does it affect how I feel about him? Does it make me stop loving him, make me stop supporting him? Absolutely not. Actually, it makes me want to support him even more, because I want him to know that he has fans here on this side of the world too. And if there was ever an opportunity, if the universe is listening right now, if he were to have the opportunity to come here, he would be loved and he would absolutely be welcomed. This was really, really beautiful. What a wonderful ending to this album. It did catch me a little off guard, and I was thinking that it was going to be my most favourite song on this album for different reasons, because I like this acoustic, breathy sound of his. But actually, it's my most favourite song on the album because of the sentiments that it holds. Can I rank my songs for you now? You know I love to do it, and I know that people hate it when I do it, but I'm still going to do it for you. I'm going to go, my number one most favourite song on this album is Curtain. I love you, Yesung. Second most favourite song on the album, It's Complicated. Third, Beautiful Paradox. Oh no, wait. Yeah. Beautiful Paradox. Then There She Goes. And then Easy. And Easy is the song that he would have wanted to be the title track, isn't it? Isn't it hilarious that that's the one that I'm putting last? But to be quite honest with you, as I said, all songs are kind of like interchangeable as that A-side, because they all have a really different feel. And they fit so wonderfully inside this album. And, like, I've only loved Yesung, 3 years now, maybe? And what a blessed 3 years it's been. I am still so reliant on My Dear. Do you know that? So reliant on that song. I don't even really need to play it. I don't need my ears to listen to it, because I could just play it in my head wherever I am. That's how crazy my love is for Yesung. Please do talk to me about this album, and I want you to try to rank this for me. Now, it's quite difficult, isn't it? Because before this, although I do listen to Yesung anyway, I did go back and listen to here and there. I listened to different albums, mini albums, different releases, because I thought, oh, am I going to be able to place this album somewhere? And it's quite difficult. He's in a different place right now, and I really quite like where he is. I just adore the amount of detailing that has gone into every single song of this. Curtain alone, like, you could sit here and study, like, it's not quite 3 minutes, but you could sit here and study every single line and talk about the emotion and his intent behind every line. That's how detailed he is being now. And I love that. Please do talk to me about Yesung's 6th mini album, It's Complicated. Try to rank the songs if you can. If you can't, perhaps just tell me what your most favourite song is. And tell me how you are as well. How have you been? What have you been up to? I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening to this with me. I hope that you had fun. And until I see you next time, take care. Stay safe. Bye.